Behind the closed doors of the classrooms inside the school building, almost all the students were engaged in their studies. The whole atmosphere in and around the campus was pretty quiet, except for a faint yet constant sound of birds chirping coming from the nearby trees. Amongst all the busy students, there was an unattentive student sitting on the last bench, busy gazing outside the classroom window, enjoying the vision of calm and quiet environment outside, yet searching attentively with his eyes too. The source of those faint chirping, the birds, on the nearby visible trees, notices choppers flying by in the sky above. His search for the birds was now interrupted with this new, interesting sight, and after a few minutes of staring at them above in the sky, he realizes that the choppers were hovering directly above their campus ground. Thus, he turns his face around, away from the window, towards his friends, and speaks out, "Aye, look, there are choppers outside." Annie shouting his lungs out, pointing towards the choppers in the sky. All the students of his class now came running towards the window to witness this unexpected and an exciting view. After a few minutes of enjoying the sight of outside from the window, they were taken by another surprise when rope ladders were dropped down through the trees and soldiers started coming down from the choppers onto the ground. Along with it, at the end of this downpour, trailing and piercing through the air around, came the sound of sirens blowing as if something terrible has happened, converting the whole happy environment around into a shockingly confused and a terrified state. Finally, going off with an announcement. All students must remain inside their classrooms. Teachers are requested to lock the doors and windows from the inside and must not respond to the knocks on the doors, except of the soldiers. We are here for your safety. Within a few seconds, the whole atmosphere around got filled up with fear, anxiety, and confusion, and the students in the room, while standing at their places motionless, were looking towards their teacher with literally a single question in their eyes. What is happening? What should we do? "Annie, close all the windows," shouted the teacher, while she herself ran towards the door and locked it, all in a matter of seconds. Meanwhile, the siren resumed and was blowing loud and clear outside, increasing the panic and fear among the kids in the room. When all of a sudden, there was a knock at the door, which further increased the racing heartbeats of all inside the room. Knock at the door in a two-tone beat, and then there's a voice. "Open the door, it is us, the soldiers, we are here to guard." While a little hesitant and a bit frightened, the teacher, looking at her students who were simply staring at her with blunt yet scared expression on their faces, opened the door with some courage. "Oh, thank God, it's you people, what is happening?" she asked. Stepping inside the room and locking the door again from the inside, a soldier replies, "Ma'am, don't worry, we are here, now everything is under control. Kids, move away from the windows, sit down on the floor." All the students followed the command and thus sat down on the floor. Likewise, two moved to sit on his place, but something on the soldier's uniform caught his attention, and he paused there, now staring attentively at the soldier's nameplate above the pocket with a strange familiarity. "Annie, move and sit down on the floor. What are you staring at?" asked the teacher. "Annie, ma'am, look at his uniform. It is written there, see?" "Teacher, what is written there, Annie?" Annie to the soldier, "Who are you?" With a smile, the soldier, pointing at his nameplate, replies, "A-N-I." Hearing a name similar to his, Ani now stares with his full focus on that smiling face of the soldier, which seemed to be a bit familiar. A sudden realization struck him that the soldier was no one else but he himself, as a grown-up man.